Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to make this 3D transition that you saw on the screen right here. I made this a while back and I gave them away as a free preset, a whole bunch of them. Somebody asked me if I'll do a tutorial on it. I thought I did actually, but I couldn't find it. I did a couple that are similar, but not with the fly through effect that I did here. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. You can use this on stills as well. These clips, I'll do a fusion clip just to show that you can't put a transition we need to use to start this. See, it will not stick if you don't have any handles at the beginning and the end of these two clips. At most, I'm not going to want any more than a 2-second transition, so I'm going to go back 1 second on each one. For those of you that don't know me, I have to use this on-screen keyboard because I'm paralyzed and can't use my hands and arms. I put that out there every time because I had a few people question why I had it in the way. If you hold the shift key down, hit your left or right arrow, it'll jump 1 second. I am on a 30 frame per second frame rate. You see those handles there? We have to have them. I'm going to do this one too, because we're going to put the new preset on that at the end when we test it out. Now grab a cross dissolve. Right click on it. Go down to convert to fusion cross dissolve. Then go up here, click on the little wand. You delete the cross dissolve. Cut the line. Might want to move the median 2 down below the median 1 so you don't get it mixed up. Click away right about here. Shift space and S rectangle. Select the S rectangle, shift space, and extrude. With the extrude node selected, grab a 3D render, and while that's selected, go to render type, change it from software to hardware. That way it'll optimize the render time. Select the extrude node again, shift space, and transform 3D. Put that in viewer 1. Go back to the rectangle and take the width all the way up. And the height, go 1080 divided by 1920. Select the extrude. We'll set our excursion. Depth to 0.1. There's a little light switch up here. Right click on the extrude node. Copy, click away, and paste instance. Merge them together. Select the original extrude Shift space and transform 3D again. And one more time on the instance. Bring them down, make some room. For those of you that don't know what an instance is, it's an exact copy of whatever node you took it off from. If you look in the inspector, everything highlighted in green means it's still coupled to the original node. You can de-instance things if you want. I don't think we have to in this tutorial though. And to do so, just right click on it and come down to de-instance. You can always re-instance them the same way. Click on the extrude. You get 3D merge. Same thing on the instance. Click away right about here. Shift space and S star. Pipe that into there. Select the S rectangle. Shift space and S boolean. Pipe the S star into the boolean. With the boolean node selected, change the operations to subtract. Nice, you have the whole thing back. Want to go to the first transform we had. If you hold down the control button, you can move this much slower. You want to go to one viewer for this and open it all the way. .221 should be sufficient. We can always come back and readjust it if we have to. Bring them down there. Go back to dual viewers. I don't have a middle mouse wheel to move around the 3D. I gotta use the drop down menu. In case you wonder why I keep doing that. Click away right about here. Shift space and S render. And grab a Mac control. And then grab the image plane. Right click on the render, drag it over to the Mac control, let go, and put it in garbage mat. Select the Mac control. Go to garbage mat here in the inspector. And select invert. Pipe the image plane into the merge. And that to that. Want to copy all these? Click away. Right click and paste. Make sure you pipe the star into the render. Now take the media in 1. We're going to connect it to the yellow background input of the Mac control on both of them. Now select the image plane. Now we set the excursion on the extrude node to 0.1. So go to transform. Take the z-axis to 0.1. Select the second image plane. Same thing. Select this transform down here. We got to move the pivot point. On the Y, go 0.29. Sorry, that's minus 0.29. You can see in the 3D it's blending through, so we're going to add just a little bit more on the image planes, just to be sure. Go to 0.101. Now you'll see in viewer 1, we don't have the issue, but pretty sure it would have caused a problem. It normally is 0.101. You want to go one fraction over whatever the excursion node was set to. Again, select this transform here. The pivot point is at the very back, so I want to move that to the middle. So 0.05. Now if you rotate the rotation X to the minus, it should rotate back. Right click on the X, modify width, atom curves. Go up here to the modifier we just made. It'll be on 180, but put a minus in front of that, because it'll come forward. And now it'll go back. And it'll point straight down, as you see in viewer 1. Let's go ahead and add Chrome to this. Go to Templates, Fusion, Shaders, pipe that into the green input on the excursion and the instance. Now we want to add the fly through effect. That's in this transform here. Select that one. Add excess, the translation, right click. Modify width, atom curves. Now go to the modifier. Just click the little dot on the scale. That brings it back. Down here under time offset, go 0.4. That will dictate when it starts to move, like we're flying through it. The higher the number, the longer it'll wait. The lower the number, the quicker it'll move in. Take the playhead all the way to the last frame. Want to make sure you're completely through it. So I'm going to change the scale to 1.1. And that gets us just through it. We'll give it a play. You can see it working on both sides. Before we go any farther, we'll go up to the edit page, make sure it looks good. And you can stretch this out to up to 2 seconds if you like. You can go longer if you make the handles longer. To go back down to Fusion, just click on it. Back to the wand. If you look in viewer 2, you'll see there's nothing behind it. It's all transparent. We'll go ahead and hook that up now. Grab a 2D merge. pipe the media to the yellow input, which is the background, and that into the green, the foreground. Reconnect the media out. We'll check this one more time on the edit page. I'm going to change mine to a 5-point star. You will have these adjustments in the macro, so you'll be able to change it to whatever you like later. And I'm going to make it a little smaller. So go to the width, right click, expression, go on that little plus sign, grab the quick whip, bring it over to the height. Now they'll stay proportioned. I kind of like 0.45. Double check, make sure you're still going all the way through it. And we are. And now you'll see we have the other second video in the background. And we're ready to make the macro. Before we do that, we have to put a pipe router in with the media in 1, so hold the Alt key down and click on any one of your lines. Then drag this over and connect it to the bottom Mac control. And it'll break the original line. Okay, we're ready to make the macro. Usually what I do is hold the Alt key down. I make sure nothing's selected. Hold the Alt key down. I'll show you, but for whatever reason, it's not working with it, doing this particular composition. I usually hold the Alt key down, and I'll select my nodes in order from top to bottom in the inspector. Well, when I do it this way, as you've seen in most of my other tutorials, it isn't working for whatever reason. Okay, before we make the macro though, I want to add one more thing to this that I didn't have in the original. Select the star node. Go to angle, right click, modify width, and I'm curved. Now you see it rotates. Go to the modifier. If you look at the scale, it's on 360. I'm going to change it to just 1. Click the little dot, and that'll be the default setting. So by default, it is not rotating. We'll have that option in the macro. If you highlight the star first, it'll be at the top of the macro. And again, right click on any one of them. Go to macro, create macro. Change height to size. Go to Anim's Curve 3. Select Scale and change Scale to Rotation. I'll give it a name. Go to File, Save as Group. Takes you to Macros. We'll go to Fusion instead. Templates. Edit. Transitions. This is where you can make a folder if you need to. I already have one. Save. Close out your macro. And back to the edit page. Select transitions. If you click on it, if you're not seeing it, just click on the effect. Everything's right here. Change the amount of points. And if you want to make it rotate, change the rotation value. And now to rotate. Well, there you go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.